y'all, I ain't did one of these in a while, but this is another X Chronicles story. It is 2017 still. Now y'all remember the last one I told y'all he had cheated on me or the one before last, he had cheated on me with a girl while we were in Louisiana. I was in Louisiana doing a little bit of blind training, but anyways, it's 2017 and it's actually, we're going into 2018, so it's the end of 2017, and I get a phone call from him. Now, a little bit of backstory. Earlier that year, like in August of that year, we had broken up because my sister ended up handing him his ass and his nutsack. When they got on the phone, they had a conversation about him cheating on me. He didn't like it, and so he felt like I could have defended him a little bit more than what I did, and he ended up breaking up with me because he felt like my family was too much. And you know, he just always portrayed himself to be a Billy badass, but in all actuality, he's not that. He'll call somebody to go handle his issues before he did it himself. But anyways, so we ended up getting back together in like November of 2017. By December of that same year, the end of December, he was calling me. And this is what he told me. Now, a little bit of backstory. He's a wrestler. He was a wrestler. He was a really good wrestler at the high school that we both attended. And he wanted to make that his career. Like, he wanted to go pro with it. At least that's what he told me. We had gotten like an opportunity, so he says, to go to Ohio and be like in this wrestling camp on the University of Ohio's campus, I guess, or something like that. And so he called me and he was like, okay, well, I want to get you this promise ring so that it can symbolize, you know, me never cheating on you again, and, you know, me having something to look forward to, you know, when I get home, and to be reminded of what I have at home when temptation arises. Now, personally, you don't need a promise ring to never not cheat on me. You just need to not cheat. Like, that's not a hard concept. That's not difficult. And second, you also don't need a promise ring to remind you of what you have at home. Now, I wasn't thinking this clearly at the time. A bitch was blinder than she was now because she was so in love. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay. He's like, well, but the ring is, I forgot how much he said the damn ring was. He was like, but they're usually like $5,000, but they're on sale right now. And I need half of the money. And so do you think you can give me half? I don't know what kind of money he thought I had, or what kind of... So, y'all, like I was saying, I don't know what kind of money he thought I had. I don't know what kind of, like... Well, I don't know what he thought my bank account was looking like, but I didn't have money to give him half on a promise ring, for number one. And for number two, why would I do that? Why would I ask you, or why would you ask me to go half on something that you want me to have, that you decided to get for me? I didn't ask you to get me a promise ring. I didn't tell you that, you know, if you're going to leave me here and go pursue your dreams in Ohio, so you say, that I need something to symbolize that you won't be fucking around on me with other bitches when you leave. Like, first of all, you're a man and you're a human being, and you have the power of free will and control and self-control. So you should know how to control yourself, and a ring shouldn't be, you know, a reason for you to want to do that. You should want to do that regardless. So I told him, I was like, listen, I don't have the money to go half with you on a ring. I say, all the money that I have is for me to buy what I need for college, and that's it. And he knew this. Like, he already knew that I was planning on going to college. So that just shows just how much he actually gave a fuck about what I was doing. So, y'all, he was like, okay, well, I don't see this working out if we can't have no promise ring. Or something, you know, he was just really, y'all, when I say he was a narcissist in every sense of the word, he was that in every sense of the word. So, you know, I'm like, okay, like, I don't really know what you want me to say, but he ended up hanging up the phone, and he ended up just being real mean and real nasty to me afterwards, because I told him I couldn't help him go half on a ring that he wanted to buy. I just need y'all to say that out loud and tell me how much sense that does or does not make. Like, let me know in these comments. So, you know, we leave. I go get my stuff for college. I leave and I go to my cousin's house where I was originally staying. And, you know, we're still talking and everything. And he asked me yet again if I could help him pay for this damn ring. This time, y'all, he asked me for a little bit less than what he asked me for before. He was basically asking me for all the damn money that I had in my account at the time. The first time he asked me to go half on this ring. Then he's like, I saw another ring and it's a much cheaper ring, and you know the sale's only lasting for a limited time. Can you think you can give me like $630 so I can put down on it? I don't have the money right now because my mama took my money and she paid, you know, the rent and the bills and stuff like that. So I don't have anything left. Now, y'all, I get a citizen's allowance and that shit ain't enough to live off of. Like, even if they would have raised it, it still wouldn't be enough for a single person to live off of. So I told him, I was like, listen, I have bills in here that I have to pay for, have rent, and I also have unforeseen expenses that I have to make sure I have money for. What expenses could you have that... Okay, y'all, I ain't gonna try to make this too long. But so, like I said, he asked me again if I could pay for, you know, the promise ring and stuff. And I was telling him, like, listen, I have bills here that I have to pay. I have rent, and I also have to make sure I have enough money in my pocket so that I am able to buy what I want to buy and afford the things that I need to, you know, be able to afford. And by this time, I wasn't able to go to college because I hadn't had all my documentation in, and it just wouldn't make sense for me to go, and I didn't have all that. So I'm really bummed, you know, about that. And so he's like, what expenses do you have that you could possibly need money for? Like, what do you need? Like, damn, like, I guess I'm not a woman, and I guess I don't want to, you know, splurge on myself, or I don't want to go out and buy myself something. I don't want to buy nothing to eat. I don't want to go get my nails done. I don't bleed every month. Now, I believe I had all that stuff, but still, like, it doesn't matter what I have, motherfucker. You not getting $630 from me. That was damn near all of the money that I get every month. Y'all, he tried to hit me with the, you just give it to me now, and I'll pay you back. Not this check, but the next check that rolls around, because right now, like, I don't have it. When somebody tell you I'm going to pay you back with the next check, you ain't going to never see that shit. And I would have never seen it if I had been an ass and gave it to him. I guess he thought I had two ass cheeks tattooed on my forehead for him to ask me some dumb shit like that. Like, so when I have to pay my rent, and I have to go and get pads and you know, soap and shit like that, what I'm supposed to show them, hey, I'm going to get you when my boyfriend get his next check, but can y'all just put this on my tab? Like, am I supposed to pay my rent with face and ass? Like, I'm trying to see, like, how I'm supposed to get my shit paid for. Because you ain't got no motherfucking money. Because if you did, you would have been able to buy me the first promise ring that you saw. Or the second one. So I told him, I was like, listen, you trying to get all these fancy ass rings and shit, like, get a ring that you can afford. Go to Walmart, get a little $200 ring and call it a day. Because at the end of the day, it's not about the ring and how much it costs. It's about what it's symbolizing. They're symbolizing to me that you're promising, you know, you won't cheat and you won't do this, that, and the third. But you're worried about the cost. This is more for you than it is for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is more of something that you want to do so that you can show off and you can have something to talk about so you can feel like a man. Because at this point, you don't feel like that. But y'all, that's just part one of the saga. Okay, that's part one. Part two gets a whole lot crazier. And if these videos do okay or do well, I'll tell that second part. But he had a whole lot of nerve and audacity and not enough money to pay for the shit he wanted or even help me in times of need. Men, I tell you, men.